Endless cookies and hot chocolate, snow in Central Florida when it's still 80 degrees, and an appearance by Santa Claus himself. Disney World is ringing in the holiday season, but are you ready to drop $200 to join in? Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is back in Magic Kingdom this year. This is the first real Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party since the 2020 closures. Now, this exclusive after-hours event is full of holiday-themed entertainment, snacks you can't get at any other time, and shows you won't see anywhere else. Or will you? This holiday event might be a little less exclusive than Magic Kingdom's Halloween party, and I'll explain more about that in just a bit, but there are still a few reasons why you might want to drop the cash to experience this event, even if you can catch Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade during the day. I'm about to go through everything that $200 event ticket gets you and then break down if it's really worth it along with our team's experience at this year's event. Okay, real quick, what is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, or MVMCP, as we all talk about it as, that's a seasonal Magic Kingdom event available on select nights after the park closes. Between November 8th and December 22nd, 2022, there will be 24 parties total in the Magic Kingdom. You will need a separate ticket for entry, meaning your regular single-day Magic Kingdom ticket is not going to cut it. You gotta buy a different ticket for this one. On party days, the park's going to close to regular park guests at 6 p.m. So if you don't plan on going to this event, you may want to pick a different day to visit Magic Kingdom to avoid having your park experience cut short. Party guests will be able to enter the Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. though, and you definitely want to take advantage of this extra 3 hours before the party starts to get some food and knock a few rides off your to-do list, because there's going to be a bunch of stuff that only happens at the party that you're going to want to do there. Now, the party runs from 7 p.m. to midnight, so you've got 5 hours to see and do it all. Along with holiday party exclusives, you'll be able to ride any of the Magic Kingdom rides with a much shorter wait time, since the party is capped off for a limited amount of guests. Usually, I think it's about 20,000 people, but Disney does not clarify that. And remember, the capacity of the Magic Kingdom is usually between 80 and 100,000 people, so 20,000 people is pretty low. Prices range from $149 to $199 for ages 10 and up, and $139 to $189 for ages 3 to 9, not including tax, per person, and cheaper days are earlier in the season. So dates earlier in their season will be less expensive, while the closer you get to Christmas, the more you can expect to pay. Annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members can get a $10 discount on party tickets. Most dates are already sold out, so don't wait if you're thinking about going this year, and if you're planning to go next year, plan to grab those tickets ASAP so you get your choice of date. Looking for some Disney holiday shirts to wear to this year's party? I know you are. Head to merch.dfbstore.com and grab our latest designs on tees and sweatshirts and mugs and baby onesies and more. Everybody I know is pregnant right now, and so if you have someone in your life who is expecting, definitely get those baby onesies. They are so cute. Anyway, we got Not So Ugly sweater designs, Spaceship Earth as a Christmas ornament, gingerbread cookie ride vehicles, and a design featuring everyone's favorite Main Street holiday staple, Snope. Grab yours today at merch.dfbstore.com. Thanks for your support of the channel. All right, back to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We're going to talk entertainment next. There's a lot to see and do during MVMCP, but the things most people will prioritize is going to be the entertainment, mainly the parade and the fireworks show, and the character meet and greets. These are going to draw the largest crowds and lines and should be at the top of your list if you want to make sure you really get your money's worth when it comes to those party exclusive elements. The two big entertainment events of the night are actually not 100% exclusive to the party though. Both Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade and Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time fireworks can be seen during regular park hours from December 23rd to the 29th, 2022, but you'll be dealing with the massive holiday crowds that come along with the busiest week of the year at Disney World. Now, if you want to catch these without waiting hours for a viewing spot or your trip doesn't line up with the week of Christmas, we'd recommend going to the party. And if you want even lower crowds, aim to watch the parade the second time it rolls around for the night. You can catch it at both 8:30 and 11 on party nights, and that 11 p.m. party is going to be empty. There are a few things that are completely exclusive to the event, though, when it comes to entertainment. Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration is a show performed at the Cinderella Castle stage with characters in holiday outfits. If you or your kids are into dance parties, there are 3 happening at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party this year. Club Tinsel at Cosmic Rays, where you can dance with some reindeer, a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas, and yep, Tomorrowland with Buzz, and Disney Junior Jingle Jam over in Storybook Circus, where your kids can hang out with Fancy Nancy and Santa Goofy, and I think I saw Vampirina this year too. There are 3 exclusive holiday photo pass opportunities too: a Mele Kaliki Sumaka Holiday Frame in Adventureland, Season's Greetings with Mickey and Minnie, and the rest of the Fab Five near Tomorrowland Terrace. And the Merry Stitchmas with Stitch, of course, is by the former Stitch's Great Escape. And of course, it's not the holidays in Disney without a little Snope. Now, Snope is basically what we call the snow that they have falling from the sky onto Main Street during the party, and it's actually made of soap, so we call it Snope, right? Soap plus snow? Snope? Get it? Okay. The soapy snow will fall on Main Street throughout the night, so keep an eye out for it and don't try to catch any flakes on your tongue. Also, if it's super rainy, hopefully they won't do too much Snope because it can get really slippy slidey if that happens. All right, moving on to characters. The other major part of this party that you cannot experience any other time are those rare character meet and greets. Snow White and her prince, Ariel and Prince Eric, they're meeting in Fantasyland. In Town Square Theater, you'll find Mickey in his holiday outfit and Jack Skellington dressed as Santa Claus. Moana is in the Enchanted Tiki Room. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are by the Mad Tea Party. Winnie the Pooh and Friends by the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And Santa is in the gazebo by the entrance to Liberty Square. Characters can switch up party to party, but you can expect to see most of these characters and some others out, weather permitting. Now, our characters were indoors mostly because it was raining. Now, those characters might be found outside in different locations depending on the weather. Ride overlay time. Like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, several rides in Magic Kingdom get a holiday overlay for this one. Tomorrowland Speedway gets some light up holiday decor you can't see during regular park hours. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor transforms to a holiday comedy show. Space Mountain gets Christmas music and special lighting during the party, as does Mad Tea Party. And of course, you can ride the Jingle Cruise during party hours, though this one is available during regular park hours as well, so it might be one you want to knock out before the official start time for the party. Rides likely won't be your highest priority during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and if you're looking to hop on a few, prioritize the ones with those holiday overlays that you can't see any other time of the year. Unless this is your only time in Magic Kingdom during your trip, which for some of you it may be because it is so expensive, focus on the entertainment and the party exclusives rather than spending all that party time waiting in lines for rides you could hop on another day. All right, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party gives all guests complimentary cookies and hot cocoa throughout the park. These locations are noted on the park map. All of these stops are included in your party ticket, so grab as many cookies as you want. And sometimes they do switch it up. They have different flavors of cookies. Sometimes they have eggnog, apple cider, apple juice instead of cocoa. So just kind of check it out and see what they have at each station. Now, it's not a holiday in Disney World if there aren't a ton of new snacks to celebrate the occasion. And Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party brings 12 party-only treats, plus 7 more holiday snacks that you can get all day and all night long. Let's start with those all-day treats that are available through December 31st. We got the Holiday Dinner Dog at Casey's Corner. This is topped with cranberry mustard, stuffing funnel cake stuffing? I don't know, and cheese curds. That sounds amazing. If you like carnival food, this is right up your alley, but be warned, it does fall apart pretty easily. You've also got that Texas-sized sweet potato pie at Pecos Bill's. It's a baked sweet potato pie with marshmallow meringue and candied pecans. This massive pie is extremely sweet. It is sugar on sugar on sugar, but if you're a big sweet potato pie fan who likes it super sweet, you'll be impressed with the portion size. Next is the fried pork tamale at Golden Oak Outpost. This one is served, quote, Christmas style, unquote, which means it's topped with red and green chili sauces and some queso. A little small, but very tasty. Plus, you get a little bit of both the smoky red chili sauce and the more directly spicy green chili. There's a chai caramel freeze at Golden Oak Outpost. It's a salted caramel frozen drink with chai spiced whipped cream with a chocolate Rudolph on top. Super cute. The buttery caramel flavor of this frappuccino-like drink is strong. Great for caramel lovers, not so great for those looking for a chai kick. Lock, Shock, and Barrel Sundae is over at Anti-Gravity's with vanilla cake, vanilla ice cream, strawberry topping, whipped cream, and Christmas sprinkles with a Lock, Shock, and Barrel from The Nightmare Before Christmas, of course, chocolate piece. It's all served up in a take-home souvenir bathtub. At $18, this is one expensive sundae that's mostly just a lot of vanilla and whipped cream, and it's definitely big enough to share. And of course, you get a bathtub to take home. And why wouldn't you want to get that? Next is the Christmas cookie churro. You're gonna find this at treat carts around the park. This one was kind of a miss though, I gotta say. If you're craving a very sweet churro, you'll be happy. The cookie crumbles on this one were nothing special, and the marshmallow fluff kind of overpowered the churro. Plus the churro was a little stale on this one. Way too chewy. There's a Christmas wreath donut as well at treat carts around the park. This is a red velvet cake donut topped with buttercream icing and holiday sprinkles. Pretty tasty donut, but there are a lot of sprinkles on this one and it's nothing extraordinary. Now, there are the party the exclusive treats next. These come out at 7 p.m. and you can only get them if you're attending the event. We're going to start with the Once Upon a Christmas Time tart at Sunshine Tree Terrace. This is a chocolate and cranberry tart with Mickey ears. It's smooth chocolate with some tangy cranberry flavors. Those work well together if you're into that sort of thing with the tart and sweet. But the base of the tart was a little bit dry, still we did like this one. The Sugar Plum Shake is also over at Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies in Tomorrowland. This is a spiced sugar plum soft serve topped with cherry syrup, whipped cream, and sprinkles. It's fruity with a hint of sweetness at the end and very smooth, definitely unique though, so this is going to be hit or miss for some folks. The Polar Bear Claw is over at Cool Ship, and this is a chocolate hazelnut pastry with white and dark chocolate. This is just like the Wendell's Bear Claw, which is of course my favorite treat in the park right now, but it just has a different icing look. The Mickey Mouse ornament is over at Main Street Bakery. This is a gingerbread mousse with a crispy center and a spiced almond cake with brownie crumble. This might be the cutest treat at the party, and the gingerbread flavor is pretty prominent, so if you're not a huge gingerbread fan, be aware. There's some surprising red pop rocks inside, and the crispies add a nice texture. The brownie bits are also a fun addition. We really liked this one, but again, if you're not a huge gingerbread fan or a mousse fan, now remember this is a mousse, so it's going to be a little jiggly wiggly, then be prepared. The Christmas tree cake is at Casey's Corner. This is a red velvet brownie cheesecake with eggnog buttercream topped with mini sugar Christmas slices. That sounds like a lot, right? It is. It's a creamy cheesecake, pretty good, and while the brownie wasn't crust-like, it was a nice base. There's the Peppermint Hot Fudge Brownie Sundae at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. This is peppermint ice cream, hot fudge, and candy cane pieces served on a brownie. It's a really good fudgy brownie with a lot of hot fudge, so very chocolatey, but it does melt quickly. And if you're not a peppermint fan, obviously this is not going to be for you. It's a pretty basic treat with that peppermint and chocolate situation that can be kind of divisive. Next is the Candy Cane Hot Cocoa at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor as well. This is hot chocolate with peppermint ice cream again, whipped cream, and candy cane pieces. It's a nice classic hot cocoa, and that Mickey marshmallow is cute, but with all the free hot cocoa you can get at the event, it might not be worth buying this one. Over at Friar's Nook, you've got the curry brat tots. The tots were topped with chopped bratwurst, curry ketchup, and apple slaw. The curry ketchup doesn't pack a lot of heat, and the slaw adds a nice crunch. Overall, not very Christmassy, but a tasty savory snack. And also at Friar's Nook is the Tinkerbell Cream Puff. This is a cream puff and compressed carrot cake topped with spiced cream cheese icing, spiced walnuts, and chocolate wings for Tink. This is a delicious pastry. The cinnamon cream goes so well with the carrot cake. Sweet, but not overly sweet. Very unique, very cute. The Funnel Cake Sundae is at Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. This is peppermint ice cream, M&M's, chocolate candies, and hot fudge served on a big old funnel cake. Peppermint fans will be happy with this combo, but the ingredients on their own aren't anything special, and you can get a funnel cake anytime in Disney World. Over at Sleepy Hollow Refreshments, you've got Sandy Claus Peppermint Mousse Treat. This is a white chocolate peppermint mousse with a chocolate fudge center, chocolate Santa hat, and Jack Skellington face. It's very rich, definitely one to share. A very strong peppermint flavor too. It's softened a little bit by the chocolate, and it's another very cute treat. Also at Sleepy Hollow Refreshments is the apple cider float. This is apple cider topped with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and sprinkled with cinnamon. Basically, this sounds like the best thing ever to me. Nice, crisp apple cider. It blends well with that vanilla ice cream and cinnamon. So if you like apple cider, then you definitely will want to go out of your way to get this one. All right, if you're looking for some more substantial food, don't worry. They will still take care of you at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. You can still make reservations for Cinderella's Royal Table and Be Our Guest restaurant between 6 and 9 p.m. during the party. But I'm gonna say we don't recommend spending your party time at a sit-down meal. You spent a bunch of money to be here, you might as well go do the cool stuff, right? And many quick service locations will stay open through most of the party, offering their full menu, so you can still grab dinner before you load up on all those cookies and other sweets. Now, those quick service locations can vary, and so I always know when I go to a Christmas party or an after-hours event or something like that, I'm always confused as to what's open and what's not. So here's what's gonna be open during the party as far as we know. And of course, this is all subject to change. Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe, Main Street Bakery, Casey's Corner, Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, Aloha Isle, Sunshine Tree Terrace, Sleepy Hollow, the Friar's Nook, Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe, Anti-Gravity's, and Cool Ship. Moving on to dessert parties. You can add Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks dessert party to your party experience. This includes a dessert buffet, in case the free cookies and all those other snacks weren't doing it for you, and a reserved viewing area for Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks. You can book this online, and it's going to cost an extra $114 per adult and $69 per kid on top of your party ticket. If dessert parties are really your thing, you might want to consider this add-on, but it will eat up a good chunk of your party time along with adding another $100 to your party tab. Now, merchandise. Here is where this party kind of differs a whole lot from every other Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party we've ever seen. There was no party exclusive merchandise for this event this year, which is shocking because usually there's a ton of it, and there was for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe they didn't get it in. I would be really surprised if they didn't order any. So who knows? Maybe it'll come later in the season. But anyhow, there was no party exclusive merch for this first event, but everyone does receive a poster and an ornament, so do not forget to grab those on your way out of the park. You will still be able to grab some holiday merchandise during the event. The Emporium stays open during the party, but none of it will be branded with Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, at least for now. You'll also, so long as they're in stock, be able to grab a Mickey Mouse Snow Globe sipper, Toy Story Blocks holiday popcorn bucket, or the wind-up musical popcorn tin that's brand new this year. Now, the Mickey Mouse Snow Globe sipper, that a couple of years ago came out as an annual pass holder exclusive, and now it's no longer annual pass holder exclusive. Anybody can buy it. And those 2 popcorn buckets were available as well at the first party. Okay, so let's talk about our experience. Opening night for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party was rainy and chilly for Orlando. I think it's the law that the opening night of every party has to rain, because if you watch the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party video, that thing was a mess. Like, not the video was great, but the party was a mess. It was so rainy and just horrible that night, and it's the same sort of thing for this first party. It was very rainy, very chilly, so not the best weather for a special event that costs a pretty penny. Stage shows were delayed and even canceled. The first parade was delayed by an hour, and several rides were unavailable at points throughout the night, including Space Mountain with that holiday overlay. So if something like that happens to you and many of the events like parades are canceled, fireworks are delayed, shows are canceled, characters aren't appearing, you can ask guest services if they are currently issuing rain checks. Guest services can determine on a case-by-case basis to give a guest a comped ticket to another seasonal party or to the parks if the guest isn't available to attend a party with availability. Disney does not give refunds on the parties, but this rain check system is something you can ask guest services about if your party is drenched or if a lot of things are just not available to you because of the weather. Now, the specialty snacks this time around were pretty tasty, but not necessarily worth attending the party just to get those. And while ride times were low, like 5 minutes for half the rides in the park throughout the night, that may have had more to do with the crowds opting to peace out instead of waiting through the rain for those delayed shows. A rainy day in Magic Kingdom is never an ideal day, but when you only have a few hours to knock out everything on your to-do list and you've spent $200 and you can't just come back and do it again tomorrow, it can make for a rough experience. Rain aside, we did enjoy everything we got to eat and see, but Florida weather, even at the tail end of hurricane season, can be a gamble, which is something to consider if you're attending one of those earlier parties, though rain still comes in December too. All right, should you go? Well, there's no denying that this is an expensive experience, and it will cost about the same as a full day ticket for Magic Kingdom, or more depending on which day you go. You'll want to weigh the pros and cons before you decide to add this onto your budget, especially if you have multiple people in your family, and this could end up being a $1,000 cost that you're adding on to your trip. So here we go. It's less crowded than Christmas week. Even when a party is completely sold out, it won't feel like a regular day when the park is completely filled to capacity. You'll likely see shorter wait times for rides, but you'll likely also still find lines at character meet and greets and large crowds at the parade and fireworks. These parties can and do sell out. Just because it's not Christmas Eve busy doesn't mean you won't find yourself jockeying for space trying to catch a glimpse of Santa riding down the parade route. And it is just as expensive as a full day in the park. A one-day ticket to Magic Kingdom during November and December will cost $140 to $160, but most days that means 14 hours of potential time in the park. Here, you're spending the same amount to get 8 hours. So you do get 8 hours of park time with your party ticket. If you take advantage of those early entry hours and get into the park right at 4 p.m., you can maximize that party ticket face value. Good to note that the entertainment isn't necessarily exclusive. On top of being valued at about half the ticket cost, that parade and fireworks show can be seen during regular park hours, if you're planning on being in the park during the busiest week of the year. If you want to see those and you're really crowd averse, you might rather shell out the money than plan a trip that week. And the characters, these can't be seen any other time. The true exclusive draw of Magic Kingdom's parties are those character meet and greets, where you'll not only see Mickey in holiday attire, but you'll get to see several rare characters that are practically never around any other time. If you're a big character person, this alone is probably a pretty good reason to attend the party. Just plan to hop in line ASAP once you get in the parks to get a chance to see the most characters you can. Now, if the pros outweigh the cons for you, you'll still want to consider other upgrades you may be sacrificing by opting for a ticket to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Would you rather spend that cash on a nice dinner? How many days of Genie Plus could that buy for your group? Could you upgrade your hotel for what it would cost to bring everyone to the party? You'll want to decide what's most important for you and your group as far as your budget's concerned. If you've planned your vacation around the holidays and really want to get into that holiday spirit, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party may be the perfect addition to your trip. Thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Vlog, and we'll see you real soon.